Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to another episode of
Soul Filling,
where you get your soul fed. Today we're talking about relationships and singleness. Relationships versus singlehood, and we have some very, very freaking special guests with us today. So, y'all take it away.
Yes, so today we have with us my man, my significant other, Jarvis, and we are coming to be team Kobe's over there, Kobe's and Kyle.
Yes, I have with me Kyle, the boo, bae. Yes.
So we got the mans here to get the inside scoop of what they really been doing. I'm just kidding. No, we're just really discussing, the pros and cons of being in a relationship and the pros and cons of being single and how to just live our best life with any situation you're in. But we're gonna start off with a little icebreaker. I don't know how these guys are feeling, so we're gonna break the ice. They might be a little shy, maybe not. With a little game. So I don't know if y'all ever watched a Newlywed Game. That used to be my show. Oh, I'm not saying that y'all newlyweds or anything. They got scared. Oh my god, they got so scared. Anyways,
That's where she got the idea.
this is where I got the idea from. Not saying that. Anyways, so basically, I'm going to ask you two questions, and then we're gonna see if y'all's answers matches with y'all's mans to see if y'all really know each other. So does that make sense?
Got it.
All right, I'm gonna start with Kobe first, and then I'll go to you. Okay?
Cool.
So let's see who's gonna win this first battle. Okay, Kobe, and you have to answer. This is for yourself. What is your secret guilty pleasure? Yeah.
This could be so. It's definitely food. I would say it's food.
Food. Okay. You said
I don't
is that
know.
your final answer? In 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what he put. It could have been.
But no, you stick with the answer. We
Okay.
can't be just throwing out answers. It's food.
Yes, I'm gonna say turkey cheese.
Oh, yeah, that's specific.
Okay.
Okay.
Food.
And Kyle, what is your answer?
Food and or sweets.
Yes. Okay.
Ah, he would have been 2. He would have been 2.
I mean, tell you the truth, food and sweets are the same thing. Food.
You said in
I
shopping.
love to eat.
And or. But I mean,
But no, that is something. I know that.
but the first thing I put was food. That's the first thing I was.
All right, fine. I should have told y'all the rules. That y'all, but that's true because she does love to shop.
no meals.
Hey.
Playing.
All right, same question to the other Jasmine. What is your secret guilty pleasure? You have 10 seconds to answer.
Wow. It would probably have to be food or brownies.
Ooh, so what did Jarvis say?
Sweets, bro.
What? He said it's specific. Sweets, brownies to be specific. They're her favorite. What? I guess. Dang, that was a shocker for me. That was a shocker.
You know how that feel on TV.
Well, I
I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
Right.
So y'all all fat asses. So we came up
The way to my heart is to my stomach.
Number 2, we're starting off with Jasmine. Charles this time.
Okay.
Okay, if you had money in vacation time, which you do, we're gonna put that out there. Where would you go? Where would you want to go?
Well, we've been talking about skydiving a lot. So,
Where would you want to go?
I don't know. Where would I want to go?
10 seconds. Also, you just want to pick the whole
The
continent?
whole continent.
Okay. I didn't have the rules.
I don't know.
Let's see what Mr. Jarvis. Oh my God! he said the whole continent too. All Do you want me to reread it or do you?
No. We have our same destination spot. I think Thailand.
Let's see what he says.
I mean, I put anywhere out in the country. Anywhere with
Get a real smart baby.
anywhere with white sand or blue water, because she hasn't been out the country at all. So I mean, anywhere. We've been talking about going to like
I must need
type
to.
of
I should have just broke down.
tropical.
Yeah.
She does say that a lot.
You know.
So
You know Kobe likes the water.
why you trying to put out y'all in competition?
Oh yeah, we winning. I forgot we winning.
And she said Thailand. Does Thailand have nice water and sand?
Yeah,
They
it
do.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
I've
sorry.
never been to Thailand, so
I guess.
I mean, if you would have been more like, yeah, you didn't say specific. You just said answers. Like you just said.
I know. Okay, fine. Whatever. I was at work today. I was doing it during my lunch break. Okay. All right. So I was 2 for 2. We're gonna start with Kobe this time. Where? Ooh, this is a good one. Where is the first time you said "I love you" to Kyle? I had to whisper that part. Where were you the first time you said "I
I hope you got this right.
love you" to Kyle?
At home?
My girl.
At home, big chillin'. All right.
Okay.
My girl.
How many dollars? Somebody get something on y'all too good. Okay. Jasmine. Where was the first time you said "I love you" to Jarvis?
Oh boy, sound like it.
She's trying to whisper it.
At the gym.
I said at the gym.
Look, I'm done with y'all. Like, did y'all think it's peak while I went to the restroom?
We got that telepathy.
All right, that's telepathy and telepathy. Number 4. We only have 2 more questions, so one of y'all need to miss one so somebody can win.
We gonna win.
Jasmine, what do you want to do on a Friday night? Oh, sorry.
That was deep. We like chilling or doing.
I don't know why I want you to get this wrong. So bad. I want somebody to win.
Either the gym or chill. I don't know.
Either or. Which one?
This is gonna be the one. I think that I get wrong. I don't know. On a Friday night, we pretty meditate.
Oh my God, if you put this on, we'll kill you.
My turn, yeah. I put a beautiful date at a nice restaurant.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah,
That's what it is. Not with y'all. Good job. You're missing that. All right, same
I would
question.
like to do that.
And don't be trying to do sneak eye contact like that.
Okay.
All right, cool. Y'all
It's
scared.
definitely chill. Definitely chill. Movie chill. Something like that.
What you say?
I put cheating on.
Cheat meal.
We like to go eat.
We do.
Y'all do like y'all do
We
that.
know we don't want to take us out on a Friday night. We're gonna be good men.
So I don't know why one of y'all didn't want to get this right. So y'all tied still. Last question. One of y'all missed it. One of y'all get it right.
We sit at the house all the time. But I was like, at the same time.
We do like Friday is our cheat day.
We do go
It
out to
is.
eat on
Okay.
Friday.
That's fine. Y'all ain't getting that point though. So number 5. What are you mostly to? Oh, this is probably easy for Cody. What are you most likely to stalk on the internet? You. What do you stalk on the internet?
Fitness people.
Fitness models.
Oh!
Yes.
Okay. Jasmine and Charles. What do you most likely stalk on the internet?
Like positive thinking, quotes.
I put high-end fashion. I was wrong.
I do be looking at that too though. I be looking at Balenciaga.
All right.
Right.
That's true. That's
That's on
true.
me. That's on me.
That's cool.
I mean, we all did pretty well. All right, the vets won. Y'all should have won too. They've been dating longer.
Yeah, they have been dating for like 11 years.
I was thoroughly impressed by y'all's answers, and congratulations for knowing each other and knowing my girls. So that was fun. Y'all feel loosened up now?
A little bit.
A little stuff.
I'm playing.
Like, whoa.
Alright. So we're talking about
Yes.
relationships, being in a relationship versus being single. I should really keep wanting to sing that song. Being in a relationship versus I know. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Please comment.
Comment if you know it's going to be singing.
I feel like it's from the show. We're talking about relationships versus being single. Alright, so we're just gonna dive right in it. Anybody can answer when they want to. And we're basically talking about the pros and cons of being. I'm just gonna start off with relationships first. Unless y'all want to start off with being single first.
Relationship, yeah.
Okay, pros and cons of being in a relationship.
I'll go first. I would say the connectedness, that closeness. And what I mean by that is you have the intimacy, the passion, and then that commitment with each other.
Yep.
And that's we doing the pros first.
Yes, the pros.
So yes, I agree. Just actually being able to live in harmony with someone that you genuinely feel comfortable and you can be yourself with, and that has like a singular vision that's in alignment with yours.
I would have to say, that best friend you were missing, when you're not dating anybody, when you're single, you don't have anybody there to, talk to every day or, just have that genuine, conversation with.
Right.
Yeah, Kyle stole my answer, but I was gonna say that consistent person who's always there for somebody for you to always go to and talk to about, your problems, what you're dealing with day by day. So it's always nice to have that person right by your side.
Yeah, to add to that, I mean, even when you're single, I know for me, I still have that friend that I can kind of go to, that friend I can hang out with. You have those things, but it's in different people. But when you're in a relationship, it's like all of those things in one.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the pro. That's a good thing.
What would you say, Tiff?
Oh, I would say the same thing y'all was saying. Basically, like today, I was excited. I was listening to a podcast, and I was really excited about ideas I had, but then I had nobody to tell. I was like, I tell y'all everything, but then I'm like, I really wish I had someone to really want to know my ideas and then help me act on it. So it's like, I wanted to text somebody, but then you don't know when you're dating around, you don't know if they're down to really feel what you're saying. You can't text your ex because that's your ex. So it's like, okay, so you have to separate yourself from people you once loved, and then you also don't know if you are talking to someone, if you can really if they really care about little things like, oh, this podcast is so good, I have some ideas for my podcast, and so it's like, but when you have a boyfriend, you can always love them,
adding on to that, it's you have your friends, yes, you do. You have your friends and your homeboys you talk to all the time, and they might not be as positive as your girlfriend. You might get one answer from your homeboys or your homegirl, and then go back and tell that same thing to your girlfriend or significant other, whoever, and they're there to hype you up, give you that extra. Yeah, baby, you can do that. Yeah, that's all in your grasp. You just gotta think it and do it. So it's two different things: of having a best friend and then having a girlfriend, best friend, or that close person.
Right.
That's true.
True that.
Definitely agree with that.
Any more pros? There's a gazillion. Or do
Yeah.
y'all want to cross over to cons and go back and forth?
I do have one more pro. You can learn about yourself. Because when you're dating, you're gonna have those, like you said, the dogs, the frogs, the toads, the snakes, and you learn from those situations. So you learn what you like, what you don't like. You learn what you're willing to put up with, what you're not with, your no-goes, and you just learn about yourself.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, that's kind of my answer for something else. But yeah, I do agree with all of that, though, seriously.
So let's get into, are there any cons?
Cons of being in a relationship. I'll go first.
I was having this all day. I'm just kidding. I know.
No,
pros and cons of being in a relationship. So the cons of being in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship with the right person and you're not compatible with them, and just the relationship just simply not being compatible with someone, or not being able to trust someone, or not being in a relationship where you feel that is your best friend and you can confide in them, or they don't treat you as your value, or they don't know your value. So I think that can definitely be a con of a relationship if you're not in the right relationship for you.
Right, and to piggyback off that, you can kind of lose yourself in the person you're in a relationship with as well. If you're in a relationship with the wrong person.
Exactly.
Do you think you lose yourself within the right person? I'm just saying that 'cause I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about how when they were in a relationship, they were both Christian, but regardless of their religion, basically they were making each other their idols, and they were praising each other, and that made them feel like they weren't really serving God no longer, because they were going to each other so much instead of having God be the base.
In that case, I feel like you could.
And I would say a con for me was, coming being single for so long, and, not having that other person there, to rely on, or, to give that trust to, or, give that love to. You have to learn how to, love, and learn how to trust, and learn how to
Open that door back up.
Yeah, because you be single for so long, and then to bring that other person in your life it's kind of tough at the beginning, before you break those walls down and get through those doors. And
I agree with that. Coming from being single for a long time before I got into my relationship, and I guess we just gonna blend into the next topic, because this was my con for being single. It was just like that, being single for so long and not knowing who's worthy to actually get into a relationship and just be in a relationship and know how to just mesh into the new habits of being in a relationship.
That's a con of being single.
Because you close down these walls, like you're so guarded that single has become your mindset, and so you have to reprogram yourself to open up those doors to allow a relationship in again.
Yeah.
Just doing little different things, like you become single so long, it's like text me when you get home. It's like you just used to just going home and not having to answer to anyone, or just going with the normal flow of life. And it's like, oh, I forgot. And it's like you're not doing that out of spite. It's just like I've been doing my own routine so long, it completely slipped my mind.
So that's really kind of like a kind of the effects of being single for so long. Not really a con of being single per se, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right.
But I don't know. I ain't gonna try to correct you.
No.
I was just thinking.
That's a good way to put for a relationship.
Yeah. What's like a con of being actually single? Oh, I guess I can answer this.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us.
Just not knowing.
Yeah,
Not
that was
knowing.
mine.
Yeah, not knowing
who's worthy.
who's worthy, not knowing who to give your time to, not knowing if you're supposed to give people time, really, and it's like you have to go through, like when you're in a relationship, you could just really, I feel like once you're comfortable, you can really just say what you want. You can call whenever you want, but when you're like single and you're like talking to someone, you don't know, am I calling them too much, or am I texting them too much, or am I saying the right things? So you're always constantly asking yourself, like,
Right.
But like something I do when I start to like get all crazy, I just basically tell myself like, well, if he likes you for who you are, like you want him to like you for who you are, so do what you want. So you
That's
either
true.
like it or not like it. And so
a big con for me was, knowing how much of myself to give to a new person, because being single and trying to talk to people and get to meet people, it's kind of hard because you never know how people are gonna react to you.
That's true.
React to your personality, so you're either too nice or you're too real. You could be a savage. It's just so much, and then you never know what that person's looking for. So that's one big con for me, just not knowing how much of yourself to give to a person that they have to give you.
What would you say is like a solution for
it's really no solution other than taking your time and getting to know somebody. You know, that is why you have dating. You know, but at the same time, social media has kind of killed a lot of, you know,
Like the courtship.
the courtship type of thing. You know, people want to be in a relationship right now. You know, it's not, nobody wants to take that time and date here, you know, let me get to know you. Let me, you know, everybody wants to jump to the end, like you say, and be, you know, baby this, baby that, and that's where you get these 2-3 months of relationships where it doesn't mean anything. So,
And I think it kind of goes with what Tiffany was saying, when you just be yourself, and like you were saying, there's really no solution but just date and continue to be yourself, and then the right person, whoever is for you, is for you. So whether you're being too nice and that girl thinks that, or you're being a whatever, is if that person genuinely loves you and y'all mesh well, no matter what you are being, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, then that's okay. Then on to the next.
Right, and this is not even in the notes, but the fact that you brought up social media was pretty cool because we are living in like the age of social media. That people get married from hopping in people's DMs. these
That's
days.
true.
So what would y'all say is like a good way for people to hop in the DMs?
I don't like it.
I mean,
I don't know, honestly.
it's, I mean, social media is so visual nowadays. Like, you can't just be a regular dude just hopping in somebody's DMs nowadays. Like, that just don't happen. Just realistically, I just want, realistically, you know, you gotta be, you know what I mean, showing female you got your job taken care of, you know how to dress, you out there, you got this many followers. And then it's possible for you to hop in somebody's DMs. But if you're just a regular Joe, you know, looking for love, you know, you see a female you like on Instagram or something like that, you shoot at her, most likely you're gonna get shot down. 95% of the time, I'm just saying. You know, like, I got homeboys that, you know, dress good, got a nice car, and it's nothing for them to hop on Instagram and shoot at a female they done seen at the club or something like that, or seen at the bar. It's nothing for them to hop in the DMs and be like, hey, what's up? And get a response just because, you know, you can go on the Instagram and scroll down the Instagram and the dudes is live. Like, you can't, like, my homeboy's live. Like, you can't deny, you know, the visual. That's what I'm saying. You can't deny visual.
I would want to say something about that. And what scares me when dating, I do put a lot on social media, but I'm scared that that's not, it's like, it's not entirely me. It's a it was whatever perception you just placed on me because of my pictures. So true, I might be doing all these things, and it's true, I do these things. But sometimes people could cultivate like an idea of you, like, oh, she would be great to date. But what scares me is like, what if I don't live up to your expectation of me online or what you think of me? So that's like another struggle of time. Because you just want someone to just, you know, forget what you see there. Like, do you actually like talking to me? The conversation? Do I make you feel a different type of way?
Just going back to what I said earlier, like, that's where you get those, you know, 2-3 month relationships because people have, it's not real. It's not real. They have a perception of what they see and how they think you are, but it's really not you, and it's really not them. So that's why.
Or basically, their perception is not you. Like, you still might be doing all those things, so like, maybe you can see me as like, oh, he loves kids and da 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 da.
But in all reality, he doesn't want kids at all.
Right. Really, the horrible role model. Because he's like a sailor around your nephew.
Exactly.
Right. And to go along with that, I think if you are, the initial question was how to become successful from hopping in DMs. Well, I think with that, I think the DM is just like the start. The whole relationship won't be built off of just saying something in the DMs. I think it would have to determine with that face-to-face, that date, you actually going on a date, courting one another, or him courting her, and actually understanding, getting in front of it and seeing if the chemistry is there in face-to-face, not just on the smartphone or the computer.
Right. And I have a lot of cons with being single, but like, I'm really not pressed or anything. But another con that I'm thinking about, because he brought up the social media, it's like sometimes it doesn't seem like men know how to court, like how to say, let me take you out. Like, we are talking almost every day, and you can't take me out on a date.
Right.
Or just a simple, like, so
even pick up the phone.
Or
You
pick
know,
up the
you're
phone.
Still, you know,
Yeah.
texting every time.
Texting all the time.
Yeah. Like they rise to sunset.
It was kind of funny how me and Jazz met because we ran into each other twice. Twice, and because of social media, I didn't talk to her the first time. I didn't call her the first time just because of something I saw and I was like, nah.
Yeah, she told us.
Yeah,
You know, and so
Smart man.
you know, the second time I ran into her, I got her number again, and at that point she could have been like, nah, you ain't called me back the first time.
That's true.
But, you know, she was cool enough to, hey, give me a number. She even brought it up. She was like, you know, I can't know the
Like,
first time.
where's my number now?
Yeah, I mean, you gonna use it this time? So, you know, she was like, you gonna use it this time? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And the next day, I do believe I called you or I texted you or something like that, you know, just to set up a date and time we can meet up and actually sit down and talk, you know.
Then you said do that right away.
Yeah, it was like the next weekend or something like that. Like it had been a couple of days, you know. It had been a couple of days because I just thought it was kind of a sign, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not often you run into the same person, you know, twice and then they're willing to give you their number a second time. So, you know, I had to kind of take it and run with it, but like. I'm from the old school, so like I like dating. That's my thing, you know, to get to know somebody and them to get to know me, because I'm a big bag of something carrying around, you know, so it's a lot of me. So, you know, I just feel like it's good for me to, you know, get out there and show who I am and get to know who, you know, that person is. And that's what I would do with Jazz. Like immediately, you know, hey, what's up? Let's get together and go get some food, or you know, just
Food.
yeah.
Simple.
I think we were going to the movies at first, but it was the movies were closing, and we ended up going to Yard House
We did.
in Eden. So I mean, that was a good night. We got to learn a lot about each other and communicate. And,
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. Good job. Take note. It's so easy. Why don't you just get to know somebody?
Right.
So
Ladies, delete them past relationships because that will let you.
Right. On your
yes,
Instagram.
Deborah asked, she texted us, she said, what did Kobe have on her social media? I want to know.
You can attach to those pictures and those moments. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go.
So the first time we met, we were at Chuck E. Cheese, and I guess she was babysitting one of her neighbor's kids, and I had my little cousins with me, and I had saw her. I knew her from UTSA. I had seen her face a million times. So I was like, hey, she fine. Let me go say something real fast. Let me go say something real fast. And I approached her, got her number, you know, talked to her that day. She was cool, so I was like, all right, good. You know, went home, Instagram. I mean, it was on Instagram or Facebook, stalked her one time. And I had seen that, you know, I just trying to figure out who she was hanging out with at UTSA, see if how did I know her, you know, and I ended up seeing she had a boyfriend, you know. I didn't know what the situation was. I just saw her with this dude, and I was like, oh, well, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone, because I ain't got time for that, you know. It's too much going on. It was too much. The age of technology is too much going on, you know what I mean? I'm not about those games, you know, so I was just like, I'm not even gonna start that.
Not my
And, you know,
2 years later.
2 years later.
That's what's up though. So maybe some pros of being single.
I said not having to answer to anybody.
That's always, yeah.
And when I say that, I mean like when you make a decision, you're not making a decision based off of the person you're in a relationship with. You can go, it's time for you to get something to eat, you ain't gotta call nobody, be like, babe, you want me to pick up something for you? So it's just basically,
It's like, I was like, you ain't nothing.
it's just basically, you know, you by yourself. I mean, if you making a decision, it's for you. It's not based off of the person you're in a relationship with.
But that's good that you said that, because some people still think about themselves when they're in a relationship.
Right.
So I'm just happy that you are calling Jasmine and see if she's hungry too, or keeping her in your thoughts as you're making decisions. Because when you are in a relationship, you are for the two of y'all.
Just want to kind of piggyback off my man right here, because that was a valid point. Like, you can be so selfish to the max, and it does not affect anybody, like at all. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, and it just it's 100. Like it's gonna be at the end of the day, it's gonna be okay.
Right.
But if I do what I did back in the day now, it's gonna be hella consequences. Because because they don't play them games. So,
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a big pro. That was a big pro. Not having to answer to the big dog, but it's all good.
But to go deeper into that, you have more time, you have more money. That's what you're saying. You don't have to worry about spending them extra dollars on someone else. You can spend it, have it for you. If you see someone across the room, you're like, oh, that person's attractive. You actually going to approach them, and it can't just stop right there. Like, okay, no.
Nope.
Yeah.
Put your boots thunder shades on.
Yeah.
Away.
Man, that's
Don't
so tough
avoid eye
when you
contact.
somewhere and there's a lot of beautiful people around, and to be there and put that fake like
Avoid all eye contact. That's all you have to do.
can't make it noticeable, you know what I mean? But they hit you with that, I see you looking, so it's just like when you single, it's just like, hey, say bro, man. You know what I mean? You can't, and, you go out with your homeboys and you bring a girl, you see your partner over like, hey, and you be like,
Right.
so what we're drinking right now? Let's figure out what we're doing right now. So I keep my mind, it's going. You know what I mean?
But my pro for being single was just being able to learn myself, learn fully who I am as a person, and just fall and grow into complete self-love with me. And that was me, because I just needed to know who I was and make sure I was whole before I entered into my next relationship.
It's that time to work on yourself, to the max.
Yes.
That's a good point, because going to college and then coming back and settling into at home, you back home at your people's house, you're in a weird space because some of us, our generation can't find jobs or, having trouble with finding a girlfriend or trying to get in a relationship. And at that time, you're just trying to figure out who you are, like, what is my purpose, what do I need to do to get to a certain point? What do I need to do to be happy?
Right.
So that's a good point. Because it took me a long time to figure out who I was, before I entered or let somebody come into my life and, deal with some of the things I was dealing with or deal with some of the things they were dealing with before I got myself right. So that's a great point.
I agree with you. My mom just told me the other day, she said, make sure you're complete first before you find someone else. And I'm just like, they find me. But I'm just like, because I don't know, I feel like I was in a relationship for a long time. And I definitely learned from that and how I want to be now that when I do get in a relationship. But I definitely need to find completeness with myself now, know who I am, and totally be happy with being me. And I think some people just think they can be only happy if they're in a relationship. So if you're single, my mom said, enjoy your singleness. So I was like, okay, be complete with myself, be happy with who I am, and just be happy. Whatever
You can be
circumstance.
emotional, you can get lonely, but you have to learn how to be with yourself and figure out what makes you happy. Like you were saying, you have to figure out what activities or what things you enjoy.
Right.
You have to date yourself.
Yes, date yourself.
Man.
Take yourself to movies.
I used to go to the movies by myself all the time, I used to do,
By yourself.
man, I like to eat, so I used to
Oh, I
go
love
out to eat by myself, go to the movies by myself on a Friday, ain't got nothing to do, hit the movies. I would work out a lot, that was my thing, to keep my mind off a lot of the everyday, everyday struggles, so, I used to go to the gym so much. I still do go to the gym a lot, you know. But when I was single and had a lot on my mind, you know, I wanted a relationship, but I couldn't find that person for me. You know, the gym relieved a lot of stress for myself. And getting out, you know, going out with some of my friends, getting out with my coworkers, just getting out that space, getting out that bubble you call your room, you know, it helps a lot. It really does.
That's true.
And I'm just happy that even though y'all two are in a relationship, y'all are my best friends, they still have time for me. We still go out together, have girls' time. It's like some people are in relationships just, I'm gone forever, like, where you at, girl? But nah, the girls are always here when I need them. I call them. Like that time, I just called you about the mirror yesterday, and I called you about the mirror too. But I was like, I would usually call someone else, but I was like, well, I guess I gotta call my girl. So, but hey.
Yeah, that is good. I know that could be a con for some people. They think they don't have time in your relationship, but you still have to make time for yourself when you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Something like that.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, a lot of times when you get into the relationships and you don't make time for yourself within the relationship, you will turn into someone that the person didn't fall in love with. The person that they fell in love with was you, so you got to continue to be you even when you are in a relationship.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So, what did you learn from being in a relationship?
In this relationship?
In this relationship.
Man, having a person there by your side is key. You know, having that person, that rock in your life is key to a lot. You know, it's one thing being on your own and accomplishing a lot, but it's another thing having somebody there behind you. You know, 100% of the time. You know, always encouraging you, always being there through working at Sam's to being there. You know, having a way better job at Frito-Lay. You know, Jasmine has been there with me when I was at Sam's and I wasn't making no money. You know, and she never asked me for anything, asked me to do anything extravagant, and that was cool. You know, she supports my dream of going back to school and getting my degree, and that's great for me. I need that. You know, and so having that person in your life is key. You know, having that rock, that beautiful black woman behind you is key. So that's a big thing.
That support is really needed.
Yeah.
Especially for us as men to succeed.
Oh yeah.
You definitely need that woman by your side. But mine was more of being open-minded in this relationship specifically because, I mean, being with a woman who's all about health and eating healthy, eating mushrooms, trying new food. Like every time we go out somewhere, I can't just get that burger that I love so much.
Man, hey, preach.
Gotta, try something new. So, I mean, just being open-minded to anything she has to offer is just, that's what this relationship has taught me. It's not always about going the simplest way. It's about trying new things and figuring out what you do and don't like.
Yeah, man. Coming because I am an all-American guy. Like, I love cheeseburgers.
Hey,
I love steak. Like, before we came, she was like, hey, what you want to eat after this? My mind just jumped straight to a big, juicy cheeseburger, fries.
Right.
Man, but these ladies are very health conscious and very outdoorsy. They do a lot of activities, and coming from my lifestyle, I hit the gym. I hit the gym. It balances itself out. It balances itself out. So I really didn't. So when I got with Jazz, and she likes to eat very healthy, very clean. It was so tough because we've been to some places, and I've looked at the menu and been like. Am I supposed to be eating this? But being open-minded, like Jarvis said, it was a big thing because you gotta be able to it's give and take,
Right.
You can give so much, you know what I mean? And at the same time, that person, you know, gives a little too. So.
How about you, ladies? What have y'all learned from being in this relationship?
Well, it's funny.
Oh, I don't have to
No worries. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
But I learned, but it's not about me. I had to, you know, not be selfish anymore because I am a me person. I love myself dearly and I'm all about me. So I learned that I can, you know, support someone, that I can be there for someone other than, you know, myself. So, I mean, I love my family. I do, you know, spend my time with my family, support my family, and there for my family too. But someone of, you know, the opposite sex, you know, being there for them.
That's true. Mine was overanalyzing things in communication. Because me, I like, well, more so patience. And when I say, it's actually all three of those things. So, okay, I have to say, I like to overanalyze things and I want things microwave results. Like if I see a problem, I'm like, I want it fixed right now, right here. Let's find a solution. Like my brain just goes like straight to solution mode and let's fix it. So I had to learn to like draw to that and stop overanalyzing everything and just be patient and understand that everything is gonna come in divine timing. And then communication, for sure. I always used to say I want communication in a relationship, but I never really noticed that I would shut down and not communicate when something was going wrong. And like, he's really, really big on communication. Like, he's like, we're not going to sleep until we talk this out, until we on like solid terms and we make a compromise so we both happy. And I'm like, okay, I like the way you think. And so like truly just being comfortable and like voicing, expressing my opinion and having someone that's gonna listen to me out of love and not like going back and forth to argue with me, just like literally like, okay, that's your side, let's talk to our side and let's come to that solution that you want, but let's both get it off our chest. And so communication.
So I want to put one out there for Jazz. This is for Jazz.
What you like?
Yeah, I mean, I see why y'all are best friends because she had that, you know, results now. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't happening right now when she wanted it, she would do it herself. Like, look something up for me. All right, then, be doing it. And if it's not happening fast enough, we'll snatch it out of my hand and do it herself. It's not as bad as it used to be. You know, she kind of let loose a little bit. You know, she asked me to do something, I do it, and I get it done. It might not be as fast as she wants, but it's not as more. You know, let me take care of it right now, because she's so used to doing that because she has a little brother and a little sister that she has to take care of sometimes, and you know, so she's so used to. She goes into mommy mode, and you know, it's results now. It has to be done now. So, like I said, since we've been in a relationship, it has been way better. You know, she has let me take over a little bit. It's really not. It's like 50-50. You know. It's like 50-50. Everything's supposed to be 50-50, but that was one thing that was like, man, hold up. Like,
yeah, and then like to add on to that, having like an expectation too. Like I still have, you know, what I want out of a relationship. Like I still have goals and expectations, but knowing that person is not going to be all of that, you know, right then, but letting like seeing that potential in them and allowing them to grow into that.
That's the patience for me. That's what I was like, because I know and wanting that microwave results of my expectations, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna flourish at your own divine time, and it's just a matter of time. You're gonna be great no matter what. It's just like, let me stop trying to rush and speed up the process, because I see all this beautiful potential in you. It's like, do it tomorrow, but no, it don't work like that. It's like, and then I had to think, because like, I didn't wake up like this. I mean, I know Beyonce did, but I didn't. So
we're still growing ourselves.
Right.
We're still becoming
Exactly.
so we have to, you know, see that in them as well.
Exactly. And so I just had to understand, like, even if I just want to use something as like being vegetarian, and everybody always walks to me and like, you're vegetarian? Oh my gosh, like I did it overnight. but literally it was like a 6-year transition for me to become full-blown out vegetarian. So I just gotta understand, like, things don't happen overnight, but you will get to the destination if you have that intention to.
I like that. What did you learn from being single? I think we kind of already answered that, but if y'all have something different to say.
We covered that.
Yeah, we covered the single.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the most important thing? Y'all kind of answered this question. It says, what is the most important thing you learned about yourself because of this relationship? So I guess maybe I could flip it. What is the most important thing you learned about yourself being in past relationships?
Well, mine was going to be more centered toward this relationship, and it kind of goes into her with the whole patience thing. Just perseverance, not letting, bumps in the road stop our relationship from flourishing. So like something can happen and not letting that stop, us progressing as, partners and just growing together, really. So that perseverance and keep pushing no matter what happens, we're gonna get through it together. We're not gonna let anything stop us.
I like that.
For me, I would say I learned I'm like an energy person. So I feed off of other people's energy. So if this person is doing something, then it's gonna bring out, something in me. So if that person is doing something, I'm gonna get jealous. I'm going to, feel some kind of way. If they bring out that anger. Like I'm not a normally, angry person or a jealous person or envious person. But if someone makes me feel that way, then I'm going to, have those feelings. So it was important for me to not be with someone who brought out those negative features in myself, but to bring out those positive features in me.
Right.
Me personally, I am a very I don't know how to say it, like I get annoyed very fast with people, especially if you don't have any conversation or you just saying nonsense, speaking of nonsense or anything of that type. I get really annoyed. It's hard for me to sit there and listen to nonsense. So, in past relationships, I guess courtships, I find myself getting annoyed with people that just don't have, intelligent things to say.
I agree.
I'm not the most studious person in the world, but I can carry a good, intelligent conversation. And then you just have people that just can't, just dumb as a stump, you know what I mean? And it, like Jasmine said, it was very big for me to find somebody I could sit and won't get annoyed with. Don't do little stuff to annoy me. It could be the tiniest thing. Why are you doing that? Stop.
So y'all connect on intellectual.
So we sit around and it's
I'm very inquisitive, so I'm gonna be asking him.
Yeah, right.
Kind of questions, random stuff.
We sit around and she'll be doing her thing on her phone or something like that, and I'll be sitting there asleep, and that's just fun, but she's not doing anything that's annoying. She's not on social media, going through people's pictures. She's out, doing something productive, applying for jobs.
Yeah.
Just always doing something productive. It's never nothing, that's time, wasteful. Time, wasting time. She never wasted time. Yeah. She's always doing something to better herself or better her and her brain.
Yes.
So
Go Jack.
I've been in relationships or just like I said, courtships before where people just sit there, on Facebook all day or on Instagram, sitting there trying to talk to them, can't look you in the eye because they scrolling through their phone the whole time.
Yes.
When I talk to Jazz, she puts her phone down unless it's something totally important she needs to get done right then and there, and I can understand that. She's always looking me dead in the eye, set her phone down, we don't have a conversation right then and there. But I've talked to people who just can't do it. Can't have to have their phone in there. Have to be texting somebody. Have to be in a conversation. Has to be just that person at that time. 3 or 4 group messages at one time. Like, why? What is going on that's so important? Like, what are y'all talking about? It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. So, just having that person that is, productive. Very productive. Thank you for the word, because I was searching for it.
Nah, yeah.
But productive, very productive. That's one thing I do love about her. I know she has so much potential to be great.
Right.
So, and it was hard to find it. It's hard to find it, in person. So.
Well, that's yours, Sis. What would you say?
I think he actually said what I was thinking. Like, I don't like people who aren't productive. I get almost depressed when I'm not productive. Y'all know this.
Mm-hmm.
And so and it's basically what you said too. You have to pay attention to what people bring out of you. Are they gonna make you eat bad? Are they gonna make you sit around all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Or stray you away from your goals? I figured out I really need someone to push me, and I guess I'm an alpha female, so I need someone who can actually lead me, and someone I can actually grow with. So that's what I learned from being single. I'm learning what I need. I learned from past relationships. Like, okay, this is what I wasn't getting. This is what I need. And also, I learned from you guys to actually be single. I didn't realize that I wasn't acting single. I was acting like I was still in a relationship, and I had to but I had to cut it. Cut it. And I didn't even realize it, so y'all really brought that to my attention. But there's a lot of things I'm learning right now. I've also learned that I don't even know if I'm ready to be in a relationship. So I'm trying to figure that out. I feel like I still need to figure myself out. And I don't know, I guess I'll know when I know.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have my days where I want to sit around and do nothing. And I have my days where I want to just eat horribly. But she knows I am the first person to tell us, let's go to the gym.
Yes.
I'm the first person to say, let's go right. Because I know at the end of the day, eating all that stuff, she has body goals she wants to accomplish, which, I love every inch of her body. I'm just letting y'all know, Facebook. But at the same time, I'm the first person, let's get up and go do something. Like, everybody has a time where they just want to be lazy. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta,
It's a balance.
exactly, it's a balance. You can't do that all the time, Get out, be active, Facebook. Get out and be active.
Yeah, definitely not all the time. That's what I learned. What type of compromises did you make for the success and happiness of your current relationship?
Healthy lifestyle.
Right off the bat.
Maybe don't play meat eating, so it's kind of just like one of those things where it's just if you don't compromise, you might as well find somebody else. It's like, I'm cool with it because half of the stuff I tried really turned out to be delicious.
That's good.
It's like one of those things. I don't mind trying it. It takes me back to being open-minded. Don't knock it till you try it. It's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be being vegan.
Right. He be cooking vegan food now for me. I like. Hey, whipping up some mushrooms with quinoa or quinoa.
Just keep on.
That's our insider.
No one that's
That's what I
I
call it.
can totally see why you would say that.
Yeah,
it does.
just quinoa.
I kind of like that better.
I think I actually said mine earlier, and it was that being patient and not expecting those microwave results. Just knowing that everything is going to work out for the best. Because I was just like impatient at one point. Sorry.
I would have to say, eating healthy, because we're so bad at eating. It was for such a long time when we first got together.
He influenced me. I don't know.
We figured out we both like food, and that was the worst thing we could do. Because, at that point, we ate out so much, and we were like trying every place around the city, like, man,
But I would give healthy options. I would. I was just eating
portion control.
She's
on
lying.
the wall.
These are wild.
I saw that baby on
These are wild.
Instagram.
Like, oh my god.
I was like,
Like-
I don't eat it, but I want that right now.
Breakfast joints, lunch, dinner, we were eating so bad. And, you know, you could tell between both of us, like, yeah, we're in the gym, but I mean, you can see it. I was getting plump in the face. You know? I shaved my face, you know, I got a booty chin. All my cheeks and stuff was all juicy and stuff, you know, and this, you know, and it starts to show on both of us. And, you know, now that we have, she has body goals she wants to reach, and I have goals I want to reach, it's compromised because I have those cravings where I gotta eat the burger, you know, I got to. It's got me. It's in my blood, you know. And sometimes I can't. I have to say no because I'm with her and I don't want to pick that in front of her face. You know, it's kind of like a slap in the face. So that's, like Jarvis said, just that, you know, sacrifice. Sacrifice is a big thing. So
That's a good compromise, though. Get y'all eating nice and healthy.
You want to live long.
Right.
is it really? Is it really?
What we look like on Earth without y'all. We all healthy and stuff. Looking
Look
okay.
at that guy. Hey, did y'all see that
Yeah.
one girl? The one girl who was vegan was eating all that raw vegan, and she looked good. Snatched at like
77.
70, yeah. But
I have to
her,
send it to y'all. Show him.
but her man looking like grandpa, like.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
He always be like, baby, I'm about to start one day being vegan because you ain't about to live.
Like, basically, I gotta catch up.
That's funny.
I'm on the catch up train right now myself. My girl, she's doing so good right now. Everybody give her a round of
She
applause because she's
She
doing
really
good.
has.
Chicken almonds a day. Oh my
She
God.
one boiled egg and 12
Right.
cashews.
She be pulling out her
The
package.
30-day challenge, y'all. That's a big.
She's been doing
Girl,
real good.
kudos to you. I aspire to help.
For real. I always just about Kobe. I'm like, I need to go to the gym. I need to eat right.
Cool. And we're about to end, so thank you all so much who's been bearing and sticking it out with us. I hope you
Wait, I have one more.
learning something. Yeah, I was just
Oh.
coming to a conclusion.
Oh, okay.
We got one more.
Like, then you trying to wrap this up? We got one more?
No. Just thanking all the viewers. They loyal. Y'all loyal. Like our
They
babies.
loyal. How did you know that they were the one? Not the one, but I feel like I'm the one. But like you knew you wanted to get into a relationship because that's a huge step, especially at our age.
So I have two. The first time was maybe a couple months after we started dating. We went to Galveston. I started dating. We went to Galveston, and we had some really good conversations. You know, it goes back to my thing. You got to keep my mind going because you know you can't. I'll be all over the place. And the simple fact you can keep me interested in the conversation, just in any conversation about everything, you know. And we did that. We had a great dinner. We walked around Galveston, downtown Galveston. We hit the beach, walked down the beach, and it's just all that and just more. It just made me just like she's a great person, like a great person. I always want to be around her. And then we just came back off a cruise maybe a couple months ago, and just being on the cruise for 7 days, you got to be on a cruise with somebody you can be around. Because, I mean, 7 days in a room would drive you crazy. But I didn't feel like that at all. I did cruises, I did them with family members, and I have absolutely lost it. You know? And being on that cruise with her for 7 days and her beating my ass at every board game you can imagine. Guys, if y'all never played anybody like her at any board game, she man. And that was a big
I was the
Connect Four camp on the cruise.
What? I didn't know that part.
Yes, I have a ship on a stick.
That was such a turn on of her beating my ass every game. Dominoes, Connect Four, every card game you can think of. And I thought that was the sexiest shit ever. You know, and it really just made me know, just like, I want to be with this person, you know, I can see myself spending, you know, a nice amount of time with this person, maybe like an eternity with this person, because I can spend time with them and do other things other than have sex, talk. I mean, we can do so much stuff.
Right.
It's always fun. Playing board games, having conversations. She likes to go out. She likes to do things, so many similar things I love to do. So.
Yeah, and for me it's the same. Like it's one thing to say you want to do something, but for somebody to actually to do those things with you or to say, okay, let's do it. Like I've done it in the past, brought up ideas or said something to people, and then it never happened. Mm-hmm. So, and he didn't mention this, but our first time hanging out together was actually at the gym. Like we did an intense workout together.
I didn't know where I was getting. I didn't know I was getting in.
That was like the second or third workout. Yeah, but still, like he did.
Anybody ever heard of body pump?
Body attack.
Body attack. Oh my God.
And 24-hour fitness.
These women are amazing. Women are amazing.
He went through this class with me, 50 minutes of high intensity training, and not everybody could do that.
Right.
He's the realest.
I was so dead afterwards, and then we ended up hooping after that.
We did.
And played some pretty intense games.
Yeah. So that's one thing.
Didn't know how to win at all. She can't beat me in sports. Board games, she got me. Sports, nah.
Yes, the fact that he would actually do these things and yeah.
And mine was when I first met her. I ain't gonna lie, I've been stalking her a little bit at the gym. I seen her going to steam room, which was my area. I love that area. Seen her go in there a good amount of times and watching from a distance. And one day she came up to me and sparked up a conversation. And from that moment, it was just like, where have you been? Just conversation. She had me locked. As soon as we talked for the first time, it was just like, this is it. And then the second time was when we went bowling. It was just like the night was perfect. We had our first kiss, and everything was just. The moment seemed like I never wanted it to end. So ever since then, it was just like, this is what it's like. It was one of them nights. So
I do believe conversation is the key. If you can't have a conversation with your best friend, that person is not your best friend, it's just not real. Jasmine we have so much in common, and like I said, our conversations are legendary. You said something about your first kiss, and I just wanted to say we went out and we went to. It was like late at night. We went to a hookah bar, man. We sat there and played cards, played dominoes that night. She wore masks. And at this point, she was beating me, and I was like, this is beginner's luck. No, she was a professional dominoes player. She was beating my ass. And she didn't say anything at this point, But after that, I wasn't ready to go home, and we went to Herman Park at it was like 12 or, it was late at night, walking through Herman Park. And we ended up kissing at the Herman Park Memorial Statue.
The one like DC, that's in Washington DC.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Like a reflection pool.
Yeah, exactly. And
it was real nice.
It was a good one, man. It was so random because it was just a random night. We weren't doing anything, and it was so random. I was like, she go to the park. She go walk around. I don't feel like going home right now. And it ended up being one of the best nights of my life because I got to kiss this beautiful creature. That was cool. So, yeah.
For me, that night when I walked up to him and I was just inquiring, I think we kind of side hinted this on the previous podcast, and I was like, is it okay if a girl initiates a conversation? Because I saw him seeing me, I just didn't want to be the first one.
That's why you were asking all those questions. I thought it makes sense now. I remember that.
Remember the nickname I used to call him?
Yes, Jim Bay. No, I was like, Jim Bay?
Jim Bay.
But this is what we had every
for a year.
Yes, I had this, we underestimated, the moment we had to see each other was probably 8 months at the gym at this time. No one ever said anything, and literally Tiffany knows how much I work out in the sauna. I mean the steam room sauna area. Like I usually just do my whole entire workout.
Yes.
In the sauna.
And so we would always literally, it'd be the after moment, you know, when you go outside of the sauna and it has a little bench area, and we both like resting there at the same time, and nobody saying nothing. Like, I see you, you see, you go out, you get your water, I come in, I'm drinking my water, and nobody said anything. And so one night I was on FaceTime with my friend, I was like, Jim Bay here again, girl, what should I say? And she was like, well, describe him. I was like, girl, you have a basketball? She's like, this is perfect. You play basketball in college, just ask me hoops. Like, that's a good one. So he was getting up and he walked all extra slow in front of me and walked back to go get his water. And I was like, do you play basketball? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I do too. And then we just, literally, I looked at the time. I didn't leave the gym until like 5 a.m. that morning. He walked into my car and I was just like, oh, who is this perfect man? Like, it just happened instantly. And then the night of bowling, it was amazing. And it was just like, that person that you just naturally harmonized with and you didn't have to pretend or not be yourself, and it just like chemistry was there. And then as the relationship grew, it was just like I knew from the moment when he like initiated us meditating together, and I was just like, you don't know how important spirituality is to me. And like I was like we like say prayers before we eat now, and it's just like he be the one initiating it, and it don't even have to be me sometimes. It's just like how we, like Kobe was saying with the plans, we can discuss plans for our future, and then they're actually concrete, and it's something that we actually are planning on doing, or things that we actually have done. And he puts up with my crazy mood swings sometimes, because I know I can be crazy. And he like, don't put up with them in a way to where he's like complaining about it. He's just like reassuring me, like, why are you even thinking that in the first place? Like I'm always telling him to think positive, and then now he speaks positive talk. I mean, he speaks life into me and speaks positivity back into me now when I read it as well.
So important.
So yeah, that's how I knew that this was Bay.
Jim Bay is baby.
I just want to add on a note. I know you feel some type of way because it's so live when a female walks up to you and talks to you.
I feel like man.
Bro, you feel so live when a female initiates that conversation. Like, that is on a, it's just like, ooh, I ain't gonna let her know, but, right.
It was about time. It was like 13 months.
Yeah, you not said it.
And I missed everything we did.
I don't think I would have took that step.
Okay.
I'm not worried.
She's definitely worth it. Don't misunderstand, but you know, it's all about taking. It's a certain amount of confidence you have to go up to a beautiful woman like Jasmine.
Yeah, she's popping. I mean, I don't need to
She was looking good in her red tights too. So.
Oh, I know.
I was like, I ain't got no chance. I ain't about to try.
That's so cute. So, how y'all want to sum this up? I feel like y'all have had a lot of singleness, years of singleness, and finding yourselves, and y'all waited and did not settle, and now you have these amazing men. So I guess like my take from it is just being patient, get to know yourself if you are single, and enjoy your singlehood. You can be selfish, like everybody says.
Absolutely.
But definitely relationships can be super popping.
I mean, you have a time and a moment for everything. It's a time to be single, it's a time to be in a relationship. And I think a lot of people, when you're in a relationship, it's like you want to be single, or when you're single, you want to be in a relationship. Everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side. But you just have to be happy in your space and just understand that it's a time. Like, it will come.
Well
It's going to
said.
happen.
Well said.
Right. All right.
Alrighty, so thank you all so much for tuning in with us beautiful people. If this is your first time ever tuning in to Inspire Fire Soul Filling Podcast, we always end our podcast with affirmations. And since it is 5 of us today, we are going to end it with 5 affirmations. But wait, before we get into saying those 5 affirmations, some of you all may be like, what is an affirmation? So affirmation is any positive statement that you tell yourself in order to program your life for the best. And so since it's 5 of us, we are going to do the most common I am affirmation. And so whatever you put after the word I am, you become. So put some positive things behind those I ams. Don't be saying I'm tired, I'm sick, I'm broke, I ain't got enough. Just speak life into your life. So who wants to go first?
I got it.
Oh.
Okay. The guests never want to go
I
first.
know. Like, clear myself. Like, I got it.
I am successful.
Yes.
Yes, you
I am great.
Yes.
I am passion, love, and commitment.
I am the best version of myself.
Yes. I am love.
Thank you all so much, beautiful people. Tell them what to do, Tiffany. Tell them like this page.
Go ahead and like this page because we got hella gems. Now y'all know what type of woman you need in your life, what type of man you need in your life, and what to do whether you're single or in a relationship. Just be the best version of yourself. Make sure you like this page, follow us on Instagram at Inspire Fire Daily. Also, we have like a gazillion other podcasts on SoundCloud. Just go to soundcloud.com